Oh yes, it must be that time.
That is so beautiful.
It is a beautiful thing, isn't it? A work of art.
How's your sound? You can hear everything okay?
I seem to be able to hear everybody okay.
I seem to notice you're wearing a new shirt.
I am. I've gotten some EriDan merch.
Me too.
The EriDan shop. Yeah, absolutely. And I've got some other EriDan merch that I'll share here in a little bit. But I love the hat. The hat looks really good.
The hat works.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you got a big head, this is the hat.
Well, it is. I'm on the last. I did get the hat as well. But I'm on the last buckle of the hat because I got a big head.
I'm next to the last.
and it won't hold for me on the last buckle, so I'm probably going to end up gluing it. But that's all right. We'll talk about that later. This is the EriDan Film Festival where we get together and discuss films and fun with friends and family. You think I'd
films and fun with friends and family?
That's what I'm thinking. And this
fantastic.
Is episode 84 of the EriDan Film Festival, movie 105. Tonight, and so you can join us to talk about A League of Their Own.
Yes, it is A League of Their Own, and that's the movie tonight, and it was picked by Reagan, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that is correct.
It's the Riders have a better record right now than the Steelers.
That is very true.
They've had more wins, more selections.
And we're going to fix that. No, I'm sorry.
We have a way to weight it. It's a weighted average, we're calling it.
We've got some plans tonight, but that's all right. More announcements, more fun, more frivolity. We should start bringing some people in. It doesn't look like Wade is on hand, so we're going to have to play both of these to get the writers in. Let's play this one. We haven't played this one for a while.
Madam Librarian.
And there's not yet. Let me.
You're playing both.
There we go. Sorry.
To infinity and beyond.
All right, there's Stacy and Reagan. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Glad you could be here. Well, Reagan had to be here as a contractual obligation for picking our movie tonight. So I'm so glad. We've got so many people waiting. We're going to keep bringing them all in. Let's just keep going.
He's got to be so happy.
I know.
I'm not happy with you, Dan. Why you got to bring up the record?
They made the playoffs.
No sports talk.
My God, with 2 seconds left.
You know who loves
way
sports
more.
talk.
Well, no, it was with 3 seconds left, actually.
You know who would love to be in some sports
I'm talking about
Denise loves to talk sports.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah,
I'm wearing a sports hat, and that's
a sports hat.
Sports hat.
Baseball. It's the only baseball thing I have.
Sports hat. That's totally a sports hat. I agree. Speaking of sports hats, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. There's Dave.
Weird. I appeared a split second before my intro.
I know.
That was an Easter egg.
I was trying to do the timing just right.
Just
because I bring them in and he brings up the our timing's a little off.
Dave, you're missing part of the name. It's Stillwell Angel.
Oh no, we're in the right order because I got the
Angel.
Oh, you see.
This, so I'm glad it all worked out.
Aren't they the California Angels of Anaheim in Los Angeles or something?
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It absolutely makes no sense.
Yeah.
No, life makes no sense.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna talk about this movie. Let's talk about A League of Their Own from 1992. This summer, Tom Hanks and the Rockford Peaches proved that a woman's place is in the home, first, second, and third. Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Lori Petty, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, Megan Kavanaugh. Directed by Penny Marshall. $40 million. $40 million was the budget for this thing. $132 million worldwide gross. Critics a 79. The audience an 84. And Reagan, will go to you and ask why you chose this movie for us.
I don't know. I really
answer for your crimes. No, I'm kidding.
It's one of my favorite movies. I think that I put it in my top 5. Like I have a top 5 of movies that I really love, and then I have a top 5 of movies that are like legitimately good, in my opinion. And this is on that list. And I don't know. We watched it over COVID, and I had never heard literally anything about it beforehand. I don't know how. I didn't know that the baseball, like, There's No Crying in Baseball was from this. I didn't know Tom Hanks said it. I knew nothing about this movie besides it was the only movie that Rebel Wilson had ever seen more than one time. That was it. And I thought it was a Transformers movie whenever they said A League of Their Own. I was like, okay, whatever. But for whatever reason, I was like, I don't know anything.
Nice.
So for whatever reason, my mom was like, hey, we're gonna watch this movie, and I was like, but then we watched it. It was so funny. It was just so funny, and it was made really well, and it was just fun. Like, I'm not a person, like, unless it's a sport that I like, I can't really watch a movie that's about sports. Like, football movies are usually good, but like if they're no, like only certain ones.
That works.
But this one, like, I don't really like baseball at all. Like, I go to the games and stuff, but I don't know anything about it to pay attention enough. But this movie was full of baseball, but it just like it all just went well together. I don't know how else to explain it. It just everything meshed well together, and it was really fun to watch, and it was really funny, and I don't know, just all things good. I actually cared about it. So
Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, so you only saw it for the first time within the past year and a half.
yeah,
Probably the past 6 months.
Wow. Okay. Amazing. And I'm assuming everybody else has seen this before this week. No, Cody. First
Cody's
timer
never.
for Cody. Well,
I never heard of this movie before this.
right.
Wow. Okay, Cody. Well, let's hear your thoughts. What was your takeaway?
My take over when the movie started, I got into it and I was really enjoying it, and the humor was perfect. I loved the old classic humor. Like, Doris was my favorite character by far. Just like the things she'd say, how she'd say them. She sounded, and I know that it's not right, but her voice reminded me a lot of the one ape in Tarzan, and like just the quirkiness of it.
That's because that's who it is.
Is it? Okay, I thought for sure, but I couldn't remember. Okay,
Yeah.
listen, I didn't know. But like it was so good. The humor was so funny. Overall, I thought the movie was really well done, really put together. I just hated the end. I wanted Kit to leave the TV altogether, never come back on it. I was so annoyed with her the entire movie.
You were pro Dottie?
Oh yeah.
And her sister was kind of a brat.
Everything you do ruins my life. Shut up.
Nice.
Oh.
Agree.
So I loved the movie. I hated the ending.
Fair. It was obvious that you were going to come back to this, and there was going to be a tearful reunion from how the movie starts, right? That it's such a flashback, right? That you had to then see everybody old.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which thankfully,
I oddly got emotional
tried to
during
do
that.
aging makeup on everybody. I will say,
What's that?
What?
I'm certainly glad they didn't try to do aging makeup on everybody for the end of the movie, which would have made it so hokey. And the fact that they recast these people, the older ladies, to come in and play. I didn't need to see Madonna and Rosie O'Donnell in
what they look like now.
in
Yeah.
prosthetics or anything like that.
What's scary is this movie was 30 years ago.
Right.
Like, I remember seeing it in the movie theater.
Same.
I mean, and when I first saw it, it's about 20 years ago. I'm like, 30.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. This
Some of
was
us weren't born yet.
All you have to do is look at Madonna. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah. And Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And if you see any behind the scenes footage, you look at Laverne. Wow.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with her when she was talking about the first thing they did for casting was they had to be able to play baseball. So there were some really good actresses that they said you just have to come out and play baseball first before they'd even talk to you. And some of them were like, they couldn't even throw a ball.
Wow.
So yeah, that was I just ruined one of my
one of your facts.
Good job.
I'm sure you'll come up with another.
yeah.
Speaking of the makeup, I thought for sure back then that Gina Davis was herself at the end, that she was still playing her character, and it wasn't, until IMDb that I could look that up and see that it was an older actress
Yes.
because they did her voice dubbing. I thought,
Yeah, they looped Gina Davis's voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That
thought,
was
I thought at
amazing.
first it was.
I thought it was
for
her.
makeup, but no.
it's not. It's amazing, and I just remember thinking,
Yeah, that was
wow.
excellent casting. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Stillwell looked like older Stillwell.
he did.
Yeah.
He really
That's
did.
who it looked like Stillwell would grow up to be.
Andy Richter. Oh,
Pretty much, actually.
I love Tom Hanks in this movie. I
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I loved when he. What part was it when they were doing the signs and he was like, "Are you stupid?" That scene I loved so much. And
What
then,
about
like,
when he took a
fighting-
leak in the sink and they're like timing it?
That was so funny. I don't know why I thought that was so funny because
But-
usually stuff like that has me like seriously, but I was just kind of like, yeah,
It's
that was
lowbrow,
funny.
but they did it right.
Here's
Well,
the
did you read
question.
the IMDb on that one, Dan. The Tom Hanks himself didn't know when it was going to stop because Penny Marshall was off with a hose and bucket making the sounds.
Oh,
So only she
jeez.
knew when she was going to be done with it. So Tom, he kept having to sort of improvise, like, "Oh no."
That's actually really funny.
The Austin Powers version of the long P is very funny as well.
I felt
He
like
comes
this
out of
went
the
along.
prison.
I felt like this went along very well with the Ringer last week. That okay in its time, but highly offensive now. there were points that I was like, "Oof." If this aired brand new today, I think that
Well,
a
ironically,
feminist would
the
have
only
a field day.
The only scene I didn't like in the movie, and it's only a 30-second scene, so it didn't bother me that much, but the shoehorning in of the black woman throwing the ball just felt like it was thrown in to just say, yes, we acknowledge that black women weren't allowed to play, but it just really felt out of place. It just felt like it was almost forced into the movie.
yeah, you're right.
Well, we have some people in the comments have made some comments.
People in the comments have made some comments.
I know.
Crazy.
Brittany says, my name was Betty Spaghetti, and then I had to leave.
Okay.
She hadn't seen it either.
Oh wow! How about that?
Here's a name from Larry Lederer from high school.
Wow! How about that?
And how's life? Okay. How about you? We both went to BHS. A lot of us here on this particular broadcast went to BHS.
That is
Yep.
And Brittany also says the kit made her very angry. Hashtag rage.
nice. She was a little annoying.
Yeah.
A little.
A little. You know.
Yeah, she needed whacked with the ball in the face.
Well, I mean, a lot of this, obviously this is, it's not a documentary, but
Right.
it's based on a lot of fact.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
like movies like that.
Here's the question. What'd you say?
I said, I think you can tell too. And I think that's why I liked it a lot because like that's what I meant by the sports comment. Like I don't like a whole lot of sports movies. I don't understand them mostly if they try to do them correctly. But this one, it didn't really matter. It was just like about what happened whenever this actually happened and what happened with them and stuff. Yeah.
I was talking with a friend who had already.
What's happening?
I don't know.
No,
try
we're just
again.
talking at the same time. That's all.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend who had already seen this movie, and he made a comment that I was really curious about because I want to get your guys' opinion. Do you think she dropped the ball on purpose?
That is the
Of course she
question.
did.
You see,
No.
I feel like she did.
No.
I 100% feel like she did.
Oh yeah,
No,
for
I-
sure.
I
She was
mean,
sitting there watching
I
her
don't
sister
think she
sew
would
an
let
outfit.
down
Yeah,
all of her
100%.
teammates that way.
Damn,
That is very unlike her.
Nothing is stronger than blood.
No, those other women meant too much for her, and Jimmy meant too much for her to her purposely drop the ball.
She
No,
did.
I disagree. I think
It was the reason I asked that is because of she caught the ball barehanded, and they made it seem like she's so good with her hands and the baseball for her to then drop it out of a
But
bare
she didn't-
hand, not
she
even a
didn't
mitt.
drop it as in a bad catch. She dropped it after a nasty collision. I mean,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
so have you ever seen?
I'm with Cody on this
Have you
one.
ever seen
Or
a?
at least I'm with Brittany on this one.
Have you ever seen a receiver going over the middle, can make a pass, only to get drilled in the head, and the ball roll out of his hands? It's not at all unreasonable.
It is an interesting point, though, after they made so many points of her catching the ball barehanded throughout the movie. It's just an interesting question. They don't address it. Nobody accuses her of it, which I thought was coming, that somebody was going to make a snide comment about whether she did it on purpose or not, but that never happens.
See, and because they didn't, I totally missed the fact that she may have. I'm sitting there trying to figure out what you're talking about until Dave said collision. I'm like, oh yeah.
No.
It never was a question to me that she did it on purpose or not.
I agree. I like that it's ambiguous, but I am definitely on the side of she didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, well, I think they leave it that way on purpose. I think you're left to wonder that. I don't think it's a clear either way.
I disagree. I think it's completely clear that she did it on purpose. It was so obvious. They wouldn't have like zoomed in on her hand the way that it like
that's just
let it out. Also, when she was standing there after the fact, Tom Hanks knew she did it on purpose, by the way, because she was standing there with a smile on her face, like while it panned from her face smiling to her sister being celebrated, back to her smiling, back to her sister being celebrated. And Tom Hanks did not say one word to her about it. He knew it was on purpose. It was on purpose. Case closed.
She was happy for her sister.
Wow.
You make a great argument, and that makes sense. I just totally missed the whole dang thing.
That's because it wasn't there. She didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, I see how we're gonna go with this. Unbelievable. It's one of those movies that it's a little. The drama music is a little heavy now. It feels a little dated. It gets that feeling of being made from when it was made, with the overly very special episode of the Waltons music playing in the background, while they're thinking retrospectively about everything that's been going on.
It wasn't the 90s, Eric. I hate to tell you.
It's still the music that they used. It's like the slow down version of the Happy Days theme that they would play when something dramatic happened.
Or the Brady Bunch. Bum, bum, ba-da, ba-da, bum, ba-da.
Marcia, let's talk about
Or Star Trek.
But no, it gets a little heavy-handed with the schmaltzy for me, but it's enjoyable. I mean, for a sports movie, for me, this is pretty enjoyable.
It was interesting. One of the things I was going to critique it for, and then I caught myself after I thought about it more and said, no, I'm being hypocritical here, is I was going to complain that I felt like other than Dottie and Kit and Jimmy, the other women had Jimmy wasn't one of the women, but the other women really had no depth to their character. They were very superficial characters. But then I stopped and realized one of the criticisms I had of some of the other movies, like Hoosiers, was that all the characters blended together. And what they did in this was, and I'm sure it was intentional, you give each of the women sort of their persona. Very, very superficial. Madonna's the easy one. And you've got the ugly one, they sort of did that but it didn't let you differentiate between them without the sort of all blending into a blur that we've complained about with some of these movies.
That is very, very
true. I thought about that too.
That ugly girl could hit though.
I loved in the newsreel when they showed her from the distance. That was so funny.
Yep.
Hey, she got the guy though.
She did. What was his name? Oh my gosh.
I don't remember his name, but I loved her. She was my favorite. Aside from Rosie O'Donnell,
Nelson?
she was my favorite.
I loved her dad.
Yes.
Her dad was just the sweetest guy.
Yeah. It was so fun. Oh my gosh.
It's my fault, he said.
That's my fault.
He said Smoking Bad on her.
Marla,
that
was
I laughed so hard at her. Because she like looks up and I was like, oh my god! Like I just laughed so hard.
Well, I love the people doing the double take when they'd see her. Oh,
yeah.
And she's not that ugly.
No.
Well, no, but it was
the eyeballs.
Given that they actually did in the real leagues send them to charm school and do that stuff.
Yeah,
I know
that they were clearly casting in the real leagues, not just for athletic ability.
Right.
Yeah.
The weird. What was I going to talk about now? Gosh darn it! It was right there.
No,
it was right there. It was a weird thing about the movie that I felt weird about. Nope, it'll come back. Keep talking.
I did love the All the Way May nickname. I did feel, and I understand it, but when you see the poster that Eric put up at the beginning and you see Gina Davis, Tom Hanks, Madonna, I mean, Madonna to me would be about sixth build in this. Rosie O'Donnell had a better part than Madonna, did a better job than Madonna. I thought that Lori Petty, even if you didn't like the character, the actress did a wonderful job in that role. Madonna was okay. She didn't do badly. I didn't have any complaints with her, but I guess it was just based on name
star power.
Oh yeah, that was star power. Absolutely. Yep. Why else would they put that terrible song in the credits?
Oh, as soon as the credits came on, because Margaret and I were all watching it together. As soon as the credits came on, I think it was either Amanda or Margaret. One of them went, "What's this song?" I said, it's a Madonna song. He goes, yeah, but what?
Well, Adam thinks a feminist would have a field day with this movie.
A
Well,
field
because-
day? Get it?
different time period. So
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
a different time period. So
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
It's a different time period about a different time period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yep.
That's like what Olivia Newton-John said about Grease when people were saying how sexist it was. She's like, it was a movie about the 50s that we shot in the 70s. So
exactly.
Yeah.
it is
Yeah,
what
but
it
that
is.
you have to admit the opening animation in Greece was pretty awful. Anyway, the studio, it was interesting reading some of the stuff about this. The studio really tried to interfere with the making of this movie in multiple ways. They wanted Dottie and Jimmy to get together at the end,
oh,
Yeah.
and Penny Marshall put her foot down and wouldn't let it happen.
Good.
Good.
They really wanted Dottie to rescue Jimmy from his alcoholism, which is why they had the one brief scene where she gives him the Coke, but they didn't make a big deal about it.
right.
They were really trying to
Coca-Cola.
make this the Hollywood movie, you know, where
Right.
the romance subplot and she saves him and all of that. And to Penny Marshall's credit, she didn't let that happen.
And I think the stuff that she did have them, their friend, it was a friendship.
Exactly.
It was a professional friendship. They worked together, and she had empathy for him,
Mhm.
and I think that worked.
Right. And I think that that's another reason why I liked it so much, because it wasn't about, like Dave, you were saying, like it wasn't about the whole stereotypical Hollywood movie. It was like they had respect for each other. You don't see that in movies nowadays. They either think that the girl is hot and then they sleep together and then that's it. Like that's what happens in movies now. That's why I hate so many of them.
Well,
So
that's what's
like,
happened in movies for a long time. It's not just
right. But like that's it's like that's it. That's what a movie is now.
Want to
There's
power
an
the
issue
duck? Come on.
So it's like that's
Yeah.
that's what bothered me,
Play
and
duck.
that's what I liked about it was that they respected each other as people, and everybody played baseball, and that was it. Like it was just
That's it.
about
Just
the time
wasn't it?
period. It was good.
And I think Penny Marshall really had the right approach to it, because
Mhm.
requiring that all the actors be able to play baseball
Yeah.
so that they could film this, you know, just film them playing ball, then edit it together to make a coherent game out of it.
Yeah.
It worked so much better than just having a bunch of stunt doubles and
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that one scene with that massive bruise the one girl had on her thigh, that was a real bruise she suffered making the movie.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
all the injuries were real.
Mhm.
Like any injury that happened, they just wrote it into the script.
Dang.
No idea. Is that another one of your freaky facts?
The only thing that
but it's
wasn't
not.
quite real, Gina Davis could do the splits, but she didn't slide into the split that way. They had to have a professional do that because she couldn't slide into
A
it.
stunt splitter.
Stunt splitter.
Well, that just lost 2 points for me right there. I'm just so disappointed.
I loved seeing the two actors, the recruiter,
John
because the
Lovitz.
first time I ever saw him was in freaking Benchwarmers.
Tommy
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cool
that's
seeing him.
the ticket.
Ticket?
It was cool seeing him in another
And
baseball
my
movie.
wife,
Just
Morgan
always-
Fairchild.
Yeah, Morgan
And then-
Fairchild.
And then the other guy from the first time I remember seeing him was the Bourne movie, and he's like, "It's Jason Bourne," the guy who tried to save the league.
The manager.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Ira.
Yeah.
Mhm.
interesting.
Well, and General what was his last name? The general from Stargate SG-1 was the manager of the other team.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is a
wow,
deep fact.
yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Dan, do you have some freaky facts?
And Bill
We do
Pullman.
have some freaky facts.
All right, let's do this then.
So freaky.
There you go.
Mm. Speaking of John Lovitz, John Lovitz was so into his scene that he did not notice a cow giving birth off camera while they were filming. And the farm ended up naming the cow after Marshall. So I don't know if it's Penny. I don't know if they named it Laverne.
Nice.
But speaking of Penny Marshall,
Name for
what's that?
Laverne.
Laverne's a good name for a cow.
For a cow, yeah.
Speaking of,
Horse.
I'm not sure what's the horse. Is that what's
I think it
disturbing?
was the horse that he found a little disturbing.
Speaking of Penny Marshall, she cast her daughter Tracy Reiner as Betty Spaghetti,
Yep.
and her brother Gary Marshall as Walter Harvey.
Yep.
And Gary was cast at the last minute because they didn't have the budget to get who she wanted. She wanted Christopher Walken to play that part.
Wow.
Wow.
I want a league of
Yeah.
women.
Of my own.
I had to pay for the hotel that you caught on fire. She also cast Kathleen Marshall, Gary's daughter, as Mumbles Brockman, who outfield.
Okay.
I guess she played the outfield. Now, there were some facts that were kind of wrong. This film seems to suggest that both the American and National League had shut down completely during the war, but that's not actually true. Both leagues filled their rosters by signing lifelong minor league players, some retired players, and even some high school players. But some of the minor leagues were affected by the war. Many were forced to shut down for lack of players. And the majority of the minor leagues never actually resumed play after the war.
Wow.
Coaches used a slip and slide to teach the actresses how to slide.
Sweet.
And after 3 concussions, they tried a different method.
All right.
Brooke Shields was originally offered the lead part.
I can see that.
She backed out because of the writer's strike in '88 when that was going on. So Deborah Winger replaced her, and then she backed out, and then Gina Davis got the part.
Yeah, not Deborah Winger. I could see Brooke Shields, and I would have liked her in it, I bet, but not Deborah Winger.
Yes. And finally, as we mentioned, there's no crying in baseball. Now there were 100 movie quotes voted by the American Film Institute. 100 top movie quotes of all time. This is in it, and some of you might have already seen it, so don't answer if you know. What number do you think this made out of the top 100, if you had to guess?
If I had to guess, I'd say 92.
92. Eric?
I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 52.
52. Reagan?
Oh, that's what I meant. I meant in the top 10.
Oh, I don't know, like
You
14.
mean number 8?
Yeah.
Number
sorry.
14? Cody?
I'm gonna say
crying in baseball.
6.
Denise?
I was going to say like 25.
Stillwell?
I saw it.
All right. Eric, you're pretty
Aw.
almost spot on. It was 54.
Oh,
Wow.
who would have guessed?
Or going by Stacy's way, 48.
You would
Depends which direction you're going.
I don't know what I was
You're
thinking.
counting.
You would think that would be higher. And I actually, now I kind of want to look up the top 100 movie quotes.
Talk amongst yourself. I'll be-
Yeah,
Oh.
find out which one is number
Eric
one.
disappeared.
Yeah, he said he'd be back.
So I do want to know what's number 1. So let's pull it up. Oh, obviously here's number 1, but what do you guys think number 1 is?
Life
Probably
is
like
a
Luke,
box
I am
of
your father or
chocolates.
something.
Right.
In Star Wars.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Wonder Man.
I think Denise is right.
I'm Howard the Duck.
It is. It's Howard the Duck.
No, it's
Casablanca. Casablanca. Here's looking at you.
Here's
kid.
looking at you, kid.
number 1 is Frankly, My Dear, I Don't Give a Damn.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
win. There you go.
Yep.
Number 2, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
There we go. Godfather.
Number 3, you don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender.
On the
I could have been
waterfront.
somebody.
Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando has 2 of the top 3.
All movies I've never seen.
On the waterfront.
Tito, we're not in Kansas anymore. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Not
Toto?
Tito. It's Toto.
Did I say Tito? I was a Michael
Yeah.
Jackson reference.
It's-
I'm like,
no, no.
what?
He
Let
was
me
a
zoom in a
swallow.
little better. Here's looking at you, kid.
Yep.
That's number 5. Go ahead, make
Bogey.
my day.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Sunset Strip. Yeah. Or Sunset Boulevard. Yeah.
May the force be with you.
Number 8.
Yeah. Star
Number
Trek.
8. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Betty Davis. Yep.
Yeah. All right. You talking to me?
Uh,
Oh
De
my
Niro.
gosh.
Yep.
Did you see De Niro's face pop up? That was creepy.
That's I had no idea, and then I was like, "Oh, De Niro," just by looking at you.
Little
Like,
There you go. Yes.
I have a rubber face.
You did.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
Cool Hand Luke. Yep.
Yes. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Apocalypse Now.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
Love Story.
Oh, geez, Dave's just going to nail all these.
all right, all
He's looking
right.
at the list, right?
No.
The
No.
stuff dreams are made of.
Oh, I know this one. Oh, it's
That's-
Maltese Falcon.
That is. E.T. Phone Home. I wonder what that one's from. They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Heat of the
the
Night.
Heat
He
of the
just
Night.
passed away.
Yes. Lots of people passed away, sadly, in the past
Oh,
week
yeah.
and a half.
That's
Talk
a
about that
great
later.
movie. Have you ever the slap scene from that movie? If they were to make a list of all-time top 10, just one scene from a movie, that scene is absolutely stellar. When the plantation owner slaps Poitier and he slaps him right back, and Rod Steiger's looking on. It is just the tension in that scene is brilliant, brilliant.
And we're not going to go through all 100 of them. We'll say that for another show.
We gotta look for Bueller. I'm waiting for that one.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. There we go.
Oh wait, Adam will be right back. He's taking a leak.
That's what I thought that meant.
No.
Oh, is that what that means?
Wow.
But he doesn't know how long it'll be. We have to wait for Penny Marshall to tell him.
Oh,
It should
Exactly.
be number 1 on the list. He said the list was.
Oh, I don't think is that even on here?
I'm
Let's
sure.
see. No,
I
Hasta La
think
Vista
it will
baby's
be.
here.
All right. So if you're looking for something adorable to
Look
give
at that.
your friends and family for the holidays,
We saw those.
Oh, there it is.
Next holiday, you mean?
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Valentine's
right around
Day
the
is
corner.
coming up.
It's red.
I don't got anybody for that. So
Amazing.
That's my birthday.
Yeah.
I will get that for you for your birthday. There you go.
Why am I so close?
I don't know. Why are you so close?
I don't know. My camera must have moved.
All right. Are we ready? Are we doing this? Are we gonna
Let's
rate
rate this.
this thing?
All right. Let's see who we're gonna have go first. That's
Reagan,
not
of
the one I
course.
wanted to hit. Oh yeah, Reagan has to go first. That's right.
I don't know. I really love it. There's like some stuff like, yeah, I don't like Kit. Like, I think that her storyline kind of throws it a tiny bit, like, but it doesn't at the same time for me. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't really know how I feel about it, but that was something that she did bother me enough that I was like, go away. But besides that, and like, I guess like a little bit of the length, I don't think that there was anything that bothered me enough to really drastically bring my score down or anything like that. I really like the people in it. I knew a lot of the people, including Anne Ramsey from Mad About You as Lisa. She's my favorite. But I don't know. I just really loved it. Like I said before, I'm not a sports person, but it wasn't about sports because it was about sports. I have no idea, but that's just something that really got me. It was about the people playing the sports. It wasn't about like the sport itself. It was about the fun that they had and about the time that they had at that time, I guess, in history. So I don't know. There's just a lot of cool things about it. I think, like Dave was talking about, I really did actually enjoy that they didn't have big, long storylines for everybody. They had like the basics, and some people were the same and some people were a little overshadowed. But I think a lot of people, it was just stereotypical. These are people, and that's all you need to know, because it wasn't about that. It was about, like I said, how much fun that they had. So I don't know. I think that I would give it like a 92, 93.
Pick one.
93.
There it is.
Yeah, you didn't like Hoosiers.
Yeah. Basketball gets me. Basketball. I went to a Cavaliers game and I fell asleep. I could not.
Well, I remember what you thought of radio, but
Yeah.
Oof.
Stacy.
I'm going to give it a 92 also. Oh, well, around there. Anyway, because it is really good. It deserves an A. It's just a really good movie. It has a great storyline, likable people, even Kit sometimes, because you always have a sister who's a pain in the butt. So
Yeah.
and wants to be her own person.
Yes, you do.
How dare she?
Right? So, and I just really enjoyed the movie. The first time I saw it, I had liked Madonna. I thought it was really funny to see her acting, and my God, she looks like my Aunt Wendy. It's creepy, and I liked Rosie O'Donnell. It was fun. So 92.
All right, Denise.
Oh, me. Okay. So I had seen this one before, quite a long time ago. And I'll be honest, I had much fonder memories of it then than I do now. I just, for some reason, the like of a different time really bothered me in this movie, even though like I know those things. And for other films, I've even said when I've been able to suspend that. And on this one, I just couldn't. I also really didn't care for Tom Hanks in this, and you know how I feel about Tom Hanks. So it took a hit on me not liking Tom Hanks and like pea humor, not my
No
thing.
longer a perfect human?
Yeah, world's not most perfect human in this movie.
What happened? That's terrible.
Yeah. However, it was a 2-hour sports movie about baseball, no less, that kept my attention. So that did kind of balance my score. I give it an 81.
Oh, good. Nice.
All right. So let's go to, speaking of 81, Dave.
Hey, I'm not quite that old. I'm getting there.
Weren't you the class of 81?
No.
82. 80.
No.
80.
80. Yeah.
Wow.
You're quite a prophet. If you keep guessing,
Is this your card? Is this your card? Is this your card?
Was it sometime in the 80s?
Yeah, very good movie. I think this is probably only the second time I've seen it. The first was when we saw it in theater. I don't think I've seen it since. If so, it would have been a long time ago on AMC or something like that. And I don't think I enjoyed it quite as much on the re-show, but I still really enjoyed it. It's well cast. It's well done all around. I think Penny Marshall did a wonderful job as a director. When you read about some of the decisions she had to make fighting the studio, you respect her even more as a director because she really put together a very coherent, good movie. I think I might have liked it a little better if it had been a little less fictionalized, because other than the fact that the League existed and that it did exist in that time period, it was all the players were essentially fictional. It was all that was a framework in which they told a fictional story, which worked. Yeah. So I'm not going to complain really, but it would have been interesting to see more about the real women involved, but it wasn't a documentary, so what am I complaining about? So I really enjoyed it. John Lovitz was very funny. They cut a lot of his stuff down because apparently he had a much bigger role, and eventually when they cut it down to only his nastiest lines, that got the best laughs, so that's what they left in. And Rosie O'Donnell, interestingly, got more lines as the filming went on because so many of the other girls had trouble understanding Penny Marshall's heavy Bronx accent. And Rosie had no issue with it, so she just kept giving her more stuff to do.
Like, hey, wow. Oh, okay.
Because if you ever seen a Laverne and Shirley episode, you know that's really pretty much her normal speaking voice. So it's a very solid movie that I really enjoyed. So it's an 88.
And Laverne and Shirley, she had a great New York accent in Milwaukee, which I thought was fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
Real quick before we continue with the live people, not these people aren't live, but you know what I mean.
Hopefully
in the comments, Richard gives it an 87 and Brittany gives it an 82.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Adam has not given a score yet
so far.
My mom sent me a text earlier. She'll be signing in late, but she might, in case she misses it. Right. She gives it a 95. Loves it every time she's seen it.
Wow.
Because there's no crying in baseball. That's in her quote. So
nice.
Good on you, Susan. All right, Cody.
Yeah. I bounce back and forth with this movie a lot because of how much I dislike Kit and how much I thought that I think that I personally, and maybe no one feels this way, I personally felt like the movie was too long. I felt like they dragged out a little bit of like the storyline when they're just showing all the highlights of them growing and the league prospering and everything. I felt like that was just a hair too long that I caught myself like looking at my phone and I was like, oh, no. Like I got to watch this movie. It was just enough too long that it like lost interest for a second. And then the ending also felt like it dragged a little bit. Not that, or maybe it felt like that because of that middle part. I'm not sure. But I bounced back and forth a lot because when I was watching it at first, I was like, oh, this movie's a 90. Like if this is on TV, I'm watching this. Like it's funny. I'm enjoying it. And then the lengthy part happened and Kit happened. And I was like, okay, this movie's like a 75. Like what is happening? And yeah. And so I got a little frustrated. And the more I think about it, the more I realize how like well done and well put together this movie was in the grand scheme of things. And like the storyline flowed fairly well. Even though I don't like Kit, her story was kind of okay, I guess. I don't know. The acting was really good. The jokes were really good. So I'm going to give this movie an 85.
85?
Huh. For some reason, my camera is not working.
All right.
No idea why. I was in the chat, it looked fine. And then, so I'll be audio only here for a little bit.
All right.
Figure out what's going on.
I do like this movie. I do think that it is well acted. I agree with one thing Cody said. A lot of things Cody said, but it's a little too long.
Yeah,
I think it's a perfect hour and 50 movie, not a 2 hour and 8 minute movie. It's probably about 10 to 18 minutes too long. Because you know where it's going. There's no shocking ending or anything.
Right.
Tom Hanks playing a drunk is very, very funny. Tom Hanks overall, just I think he said himself this is his favorite Tom Hanks movie. Although I feel like we've said that about 9 Tom Hanks movies now. I think Tom Hanks might say that about every movie because it seemed, or maybe he goes in as a joke. He goes into IMDb and just types in, "This is Tom Hanks' favorite movie" for every Tom Hanks movie, and so people see that. I'm going to give it a solid 90 as well because I do think it's an A, not an A+.
Yeah.
Although in the current scoring, you have to have a 93 to get an A. Where my son's forget that.
I really did enjoy Hanks in this. I thought he was never totally unlikable. He was just borderline unlikable, and then became more sympathetic as it went on. So it was a nice little arc.
And Dave does have a good point in the chat he sent over there to the group that the new T-shirt "Kit Happens." Is that you that sent that, Dave?
Yep.
Yeah, Kit Happens. Eric, is your camera just gone?
You know what? I'm not sure what's happening on this end. But I'm also trying to keep track of the scores while trying to fix the camera. So I'm not going to worry about it for a second. The scores. So you all can stare at each other while I give you my quick synopsis here, which is repeatedly. I keep hearing you say that this was a good movie, and this was a good movie. This is not a great movie. This is a good movie, and it's nice. It's like warm milk. It's fine. It's wonderful. It's delightful. I gave it an 82 because I'm like, I'm not gonna ever seek out this movie. When I told my wife we were gonna watch this movie, she's like, no, we're not. She's like,
wow,
you can watch that on your own. She's like, I've seen it. It's fine. I'm over it. And so she had no interest in watching this movie again. And I don't know if I would ever watch this movie again, even if it was on TV, because it is a little long and it's a little schmaltzy. It's a good story. It's not a great story, but it's a good story and it's well done. But is it expertly done? I don't know. Could I love a sports movie? I don't know. So we're gonna go with the two. So, and then now bring up Adam's comment there, Dan, and we'll really.
Whoa!
Wow!
Baseball is one of my least favorite sports, so it's a chore already to watch this. Add in a story that doesn't interest me in the least. The only thing that saves this is Tom Hanks. 48.
Wow.
That's a low score for Adam, man.
Yeah, that's not a lot of love there, but that's.
Yeah, interestingly, I was reading about they sort of showed it that they made it look like the league was struggling at first and then gradually caught on, which really wasn't the case. They did very well from the beginning, mainly because they were playing in small towns that never had live baseball, never had professional baseball.
Oh.
And the reason it finally died out was when baseball started being broadcast live on the radio and these small towns were able to listen to the big, the major league broadcasts.
Yeah, when they all go, hey, it's at the pitch. Every baseball guy back then had the exact. They still do actually. Who was in Pittsburgh? Lanny Fratteri, was that the guy?
Well, it was Tom Prince for that, but
yeah. But they all it's the pitch, and they all have the voice up here, those go down here, and then come back up here.
You're right.
So true. It's funny because it's true.
So have you watched?
Whatever you.
What's
Brockmeyer.
What's the baseball sportscaster show that
Brockmeyer. Was it Brockmeyer?
Brockmeyer. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, have you watched that?
With Hank Azaria? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, whenever you said that they were really successful off the bat because they played in small towns, I totally thought you were going to say because they played in small skirts.
Oh.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
That's because you're 30.
I'm 29, thank you. Don't push me past that already.
Let's not round up.
We could. All right. So here's the score. A very respectful showing for a league of their own, coming in with an 83.91. Even with some lower scores in there. A very, very well performing movie on the little podcast here. Yeah. Nice job. Good choice.
Yeah. And seeing What's Up Doc on there reminded me that we lost Bogdanovich too recently.
Yes, Peter Bogdanovich. We've had a lot. I mean, Bob Saget yesterday. That was a shock.
Yeah,
that was a shock.
65, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a friend of mine who always messages me anytime a comedian dies, and he thinks I know everybody, and he's like, "Sorry about your friend." I'm like, "I don't know Bob Saget." And he's like, "Oh, you don't know him?" I said, "No." I said, "I've never even met him."
Was it Tony?
But then I started thinking. I go, "Wait, no, it's not Tony." I would say it was Tony if it was Tony. And then I was like, wait, I was at the Bob Saget roast. I just talked about that with Norm Macdonald. I sat at the Full House table. I was in the Mary Kate and Ashley seat because they didn't show up.
Oh.
And then
you talked about that on here too. Look what you did.
Well, I didn't talk about the week before. Like Norm Macdonald, we were like doing Norm Macdonald impressions the week before he died.
Yeah, like the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
last
crazy.
night she asked me, she was, who's Bob Saget?
Oh man.
Yeah, and then I said, oh, he was like the first AFB host, and he was on Full House with Mary-Kate and Ashley, and she's, oh, well, he died. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm cleaning my
Erica's
cleaning
dad.
supplies in
You have
memory.
such a bedside manner,
Tammy
Reagan. You
Tanner.
really.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Good.
Denise? I'm sorry.
When
I said
I
I'm
heard on
cleaning
the
my
radio
cleaning
that Roberto
supplies.
Clemente his plane had gone down, I went back and told my brother, "Hey, Clemente's plane just went down." Who was a huge baseball fan, and I was just a kid, and he was like, "What? No." He was convinced I was lying.
Oh my.
Well, I like when people like, you don't like, that's the top story. My mom did that once. If she's watching, I apologize for telling this story. I might have told it before, but I had a Best Buy credit card. I think that it was her card, and I used it, and I bought a camera. And she called me. She's like, I just want to check. Did you buy a camcorder at Best Buy on the Best Buy card? I was like, I forgot how old I was, 20 or something. I'm like, yeah. She's, oh, okay. I just want to make sure it was you. And then she asked me some other questions. Oh, by the way, Uncle Bud died. I'm like, whoa, stop. That's no, top story.
Burying the lead.
Yeah, you buried the lead.
That's why if you're in a car accident or something and you have to call family and tell them, the very first thing you say is, "Everyone's all right."
Yeah.
But yes, then you go into the bad news. But you always start with "Everyone's all right."
Adam has it nailed it. Bob Saget as a stand-up comedian.
Oh, he was excellent.
One of the best and one of the dirtiest. He was so filthy.
I don't know. By today's standards.
No, even by today's standards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go watch The Aristocrats.
Well, he's definitely in The Aristocrats. His story on The Aristocrats is.
I'm trying to remember. One of the comedians tweeted about his tweet was, "God is blushing in heaven right now."
Nice. All right. Are we gonna talk about what we're gonna watch for next week?
Yes. Now that we brought it down,
That's right. So now we can talk about some changes
yeah.
for our 4th season of the Wheel of Reels. So let's do it. All right. So,
like number 1 is no more riders, right?
Well, a slight change to what we're going to do here is for every week your movie doesn't get chosen, you will get a duplicate spot on the wheel to increase your chances. Once your movie is chosen, all your spots will be removed and you'll go back down to 1 spot on the wheel. So Reagan for this week will have 1 spot that she can fill in with a new movie. Everybody else will continue to have their same 2 spots. If you want to change what movies you have in your spots, you can, but you can only have 1 movie. It's the same movie in all your spots.
I want to change mine to That Thing You Do.
All right. We'll do that for Dan.
And I also want to say that last week we got tagged on Facebook because that intro, something called Sun TV in India, had a copyright claim on that little intro.
Yeah.
And we sent them the link saying, no, that's ours. It's a license. We bought a license from the company and they released their claim.
Well,
Apparently they also were using a fake Universal opening logo.
I'm going to change mine.
Okay.
From Stalag 17 to Marty.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't like Stalag 17?
No, it's one of those.
She loves Marty.
But I like Marty.
He said change it back.
I get the feeling that Ninja Fingers is in the comments with us. He's with Brittany, so I wasn't sure, Brittany, if he was with you. So I will add him to have his second spot. So now Ninja Fingers does have a second spot.
I love that his name is Ninja Fingers.
Dan, I wasn't sure if your mother is here or do we count that she's not actually available to stream right now? She's not actually talking with us now. So I only have her. You got to acknowledge that you're there somehow.
And Wade is not with us tonight.
Reagan, you're the one that needs to suggest a movie, and Denise can also suggest a new movie.
Oh, I'll set this one out.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Reagan, do you have a movie?
I'm gonna laugh if it goes on Reagan again.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm kind of afraid to put one on. Can I put one on? But like, if it gets picked, we don't pick that one.
Why don't we just wait until next week?
Just add it next week.
That's fine. We can let her add one and just let it be a pass week. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's fine.
I was thinking about saving Mr. Banks.
Oh, nice.
Good movie.
Tom Hanks going around here.
Well, he's in everything.
He is.
You can't
Not
help
quite.
You can't
went to
throw
the
a rock
THX
at a movie
11:38.
theater and not find Tom Hanks. So.
Yeah, so as long as you're here with us, we will duplicate your spot on the wheel for the following week.
Okay, sorry to make you rehash this, but is there just one wheel these days?
Yes, there is just
Okay.
one wheel.
I finally just picked up on that.
Yes, we're going. The new season 4
Simplified.
rules. We've
Simple
tossed
for
everything out the
2022.
window. We're starting from the beginning. We're making people to commit to a movie that will be their spot on the wheel. So, does that make you change your mind here? Maybe because it could be anything. It doesn't have to be any genre whatsoever.
You're going to
No,
be really
I'll think
annoyed when
about it.
someone
I'll
with
think
8
about
or
it for
9
next
entries
time.
decides to change their movie, and you have to go in and change all of them.
It could happen, but I figure this doubles Adam's chances.
I actually watched, I know we're not to that point yet, but I watched a movie that used to be on the reel this week and it was really good. So I was like, wait, where are those other ones? Now I found it.
Nope, brand new wheel. All things have changed. All right. Well, we haven't heard from anybody else.
I bet you didn't watch Sergeant Pepper's.
Oh, but I could.
Yes, he does own a copy on DVD.
I happily could. Wait, Eric, is that your movie on the wheel?
No,
Eric
it's
has
not
a
for
much
this week.
better movie on the wheel than that.
I do have well, I don't know if it's better, but it's a good movie on the wheel. I don't know if Denise will enjoy that movie though, the one that's on the wheel. All right, I think we're going.
You're gonna shuffle?
I'm gonna shuffle and then we're gonna go. Does that sound reasonable to everybody?
Mhm.
That's the wrong button for that. This is the shuffle button. There it is. All right, there's a little shuffle, and here's a little spin. And I got no sound still set up for that. I have no idea why. I thought I did, but apparently I did not. And our movie is gonna be. Hey, how about that? What about that? Finally. Very happy
Good
to.
one.
Yeah, there we go. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I just heard a cheer from downstairs, so you have one fan.
There you go. That's exciting.
One hell of a cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
really.
And it looks like it's on Peacock right now.
Has everybody seen this before or never before?
No,
I don't know what this is.
I've never seen it.
I've only seen parts of it, and
I saw it
Denise,
once.
be awake when you're
Is this
watching.
Yeah.
like a Napoleon Dynamite situation?
No.
No, it's a lot.
It's a movie you need to pay attention to. It's just a movie
Yeah.
you need to pay attention to. It's not a movie that you can casually like League of Their Own. You could be baking cake during a League of Their Own and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss a thing, right? There's not going to be a plot point where you're like, wait, I don't get what's going on. You need to watch this.
Yeah.
Adam says he
Funny,
slogged through it once. I don't know if that means he's going to be willing to slog through it again. It's different. It's different, but it's
It's pretty cool though.
it is very cool. It is very, very cool.
Listen, I went to the drive-in to see this. I'm hyped.
I like it quite a lot. I think people will enjoy it, or at least
Mhm.
it's definitely different than a League of Their Own. That's
I'm
what
Yeah.
pretty sure we
I'm
own
gonna
this
say
one,
about that.
so I don't
You
have
might
to
need to
see
watch
it.
it twice, Denise.
Yeah.
I don't.
You know how I watch movies, which is like 60%. So
Well, it's just
that
like
was
a
a good
lot.
warning.
I just give it a chance. Give it a chance. But yeah, it's different. It's definitely different.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about what else people have been watching. Oh,
I hadn't seen that one yet. That's funny.
That's good. I like that. So it is streaming on Peacock or Showtime. If you have Showtime, you can watch the program for free or your local library.
Yes.
All right, what else have people been watching? And I do apologize, I can't. Due to some physical ailments, I'm not going to get involved in trying to fix my camera tonight. So I am, I'm just gonna be a voice. But what else have people been watching?
Can you at least put like upload a picture of yourself that we can put up?
Oh, fine.
When you have an avatar of some sort,
Cody's getting
absolutely.
increasingly fuzzy.
Hold on, I'm working on it.
I'm fuzzy.
you're getting
Yes.
fuzzy. You're losing focus. Focus, Cody. Focus.
I look fine.
Yeah,
now.
you're-
Hang on.
You're not.
But it's not focus, actually.
How do you
It's actually-
feel?
It's actually fuzz.
Now it's
You're like
worse.
the Raiders in the fourth quarter.
That's worse.
Yeah.
I look okay. Hang on.
And now he's gone.
I don't know. Is there a way to set the
Yeah,
satellite?
you can set an avatar.
I look fine on my end.
I forget where you do it.
You look pretty-
Let's see. Edit
pretty
audio
loose around the edges from here.
All right,
Hey,
let me see.
hey,
I found something.
Adam
Yeah.
says Michael Cera outside of Arrested Development annoys me to no end.
I get that.
It's the same character.
Yeah.
It's just when he's George Michael Bluth, it works. There we go. Up, up, up.
It doesn't do anything. It just adds something down in the bottom. It doesn't bring it up on the screen.
I thought it brought it up on screen.
Apparently not.
Well, that's weird.
No, what if I do? Nope, nothing I can do there.
I wasn't sure Cody was going to be here today. I thought he'd be in the hospital's cardiac unit after yesterday.
No, I purposely did not watch the late game because A, I had to get up early, and B, I knew I was going to have a heart attack.
Oh, so okay. Well, the late game, I could not watch it, and I was in shock because I'm like, there's no way. Like it was a 12-point difference. Okay, you can't tie when you're 12 points apart. Like what? I mean, what has to happen to get to 12 points? And then when they tied it and they went to overtime, like, all right, well, it's overtime. Somebody's going to score right away.
And then they
I'm
both
like,
kicked
and
field
at first
goals.
I'm like, I'm rooting for. I'm like, I don't care who wins. I just want somebody to win. And then when it got down to 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
It reminds me because I actually do remember in '89 when the Steelers to make the playoffs had to have this bizarre combination of like 4 games happen a certain way, and it came down to a Monday night game. The Steelers were watching, and they had a camera in Dwayne Woodruff's living room where all the Steelers were watching it together, and Monday Night Football kept going to them as the game was going on. It was great.
Well, they kept going to this guy in the audience is wearing a Steelers jersey.
Yep.
And he was like, oh. We had a game once when I coached at Quigley Catholic High School. They'd never made the playoffs before. And we had to beat Western Beaver. I think Cornell, who had won the championship the year before, had to lose. And Olsh, who hadn't won a game all year or something, had to win. Like, we had all these weird things that had to happen, and they all happened. And we found out, like, during our game, we found out the one thing happened, then we won our game, and then we found out, like, a half hour after on our way home that the other thing happened. We made the playoffs, which was wild.
Crazy.
But
That's wild.
The voice of Eric.
Yeah, I'm just a voice again. I'm sorry.
Disembodied voice of Eric.
But I will share some things I've been watching because I've been watching a bunch since I pulled a hamstring, tore a hamstring actually. So there's that excitement that's been happening. But it's enabled me to watch a little TV.
Were you trying to reenact scenes from the movie?
I might have done a split, Gina Davis style, but on my own. I didn't have a substitute. But I did get to see Encanto streaming on Disney Plus. Haven't had a chance to watch this. This is the latest Disney. Excellent, fun-filled. Of course, Lin-Manuel Miranda is involved with this with some songwriting. It's an excellent story, excellent music. My son has watched it. My 13, 14-year-old has watched it maybe 5 times so far.
Wow.
Yeah, really enjoying it. So check that out. And then the other thing I watched tonight, because I was on a Lin-Manuel Miranda kick, is Tick Tick Boom.
Oh, I was just going to ask about that. Okay, I wanted to ask you if you hadn't watched this, because I know how you felt about Rent when I recommended that, but this is about Jonathan Larson. So did you like this more, or do you like Rent better now?
I honestly, I kind of want to watch Rent again after seeing this, because this is it was a musical performance stage play made by Jonathan Larson, which was highly autobiographical, and Lin-Manuel took this, and some other people, of course, were involved, and got this turned into a movie that is about his life, but also shows the stage play, and also includes a lot of the music that was part of the Tick Tick Boom musical that was right before he wrote Rent, which of course went on to be Rent, which he never got to see ever the success of Rent because he passed away before that happened. But this is amazing. And Andrew Garfield, if you only love him as Spider-Man, he is amazing in this. And so I would highly recommend Tick Tick Boom. So it's something a little lighter, something a little heavier, depending on what you're looking for.
I have wanted to watch Rent for 25 years and have never watched it.
Don't we have it?
No, we don't have it.
Oh.
The library has it.
Yeah, we do. And I brought it home many times and never watched it.
I will say, Denise and I talked about this. Dan's mom loved. Yeah,
my mom loved it. I started watching it. And I just haven't finished it. I do plan to finish it.
It is. It's a drama, but it's a musical. It's got a lot of really great moments in it. Rent didn't. I would have loved to seen Rent live. I think that would be mind-boggling. The movie,
Well, they have a
It's not
film.
mind-boggling.
They have a film of the play, not just a movie. That's what I had brought home. It was actually the stage production filmed, and I never watched it. And when I was subbing in Grove City, the drama teacher that I subbed for, she really pushed that to the kids a lot. We'd watch bits and pieces of it, just different numbers and stuff that she'd have for me to show, but I never watched the whole thing. But the music, I remember being captivated by a lot of the music, so I really want to watch it, and I don't know why I never do.
Oh my gosh. Well, if I can encourage you to do something for yourself, it's going to be to watch Rent. And I know that this is not the EriDan Presents Rent Hour. However, I am very passionate about this topic, even more so than Gina Davis, like giving away the game. I don't know if there's a word for someone obsessed with Rent, but that's me. I have seen it. Like, I won't even admit how many times I've seen it because it's ridiculous. Although in my defense, Rent was touring when I was in college and I had like season tickets so I saw it like 2 times a year because there was always an extra time to see it for, 4 years. So that also racks it up. But it was one of the first musicals that I saw where the music was just, it's rock and it's awesome. And I love it all. Like, I could say every word to every line, and I will not sing one of those things because I'm a terrible singer, but I just love it. And I want everyone else to love it too. So if you don't love musicals, don't watch it because like you won't like it.
I don't watch it.
I really love it, and I hope that if you do watch it, you'll enjoy it.
I can't see anything of Rent without thinking of Lise from Team America World Police.
Well,
if you've never seen the movie Team America World Police, they spoof Rent in it with a musical called Lise, and it is really over the top.
Well, Denise, you said you're very obsessed with Rent. Like, what? You know what that's called? It's called being a landlord.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That was his tribute to Bob Saget there. That
yes. One of my favorite Bob Saget lines was, I'm nuts over her. She's this tall. No, I'm kidding.
No, you gotta, the whole line is, the whole terrible line is that, I've been dating my girlfriend of 13 years. That's her age. No, I'm kidding. I'm nuts over her. She's this tall. And that's terrible.
And he also said, I wrote it. He goes, that's true. I read it somewhere. I wrote it down, then I read it. I believe everything I read. That's a Bob Sagetism.
Terrible.
I'm just curious what happened.
Yeah.
Well, the autopsy's been performed, but they say probably won't know for a couple months.
How does that? I mean, you watch an episode of CSI, they know by the end of the episode.
Classic.
Some people in the comedy community are saying that he probably was might have had some bad coke.
They said there were no signs of drugs or anything in the room, but
that doesn't mean that he didn't do it before.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he didn't do the
you're
drugs.
Speculation tonight. What's up with you?
I'm just saying that there's some people in the know.
You're watching a little too much CSI.
I do watch too much CSI. What else did I watch? There's something else I watched I want to talk about tonight. I always forget.
While you're thinking, I have another one. I'm full of hot air tonight. So, wait, actually, Cece's not there. Reagan, is your sister watching the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race?
I don't know. She's been on a Kardashian kick right now.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's switched over yet.
Okay, because I was like so pleasantly surprised to see it pop up in my recordings. So I don't have much to say. I don't want to give any spoilers away for all of you who haven't watched it yet, but season 14 premiere.
I'll have to ask her. I'll have to let you know next week if she did.
Then we can compare our favorite queens. They've only revealed half the cast, though.
Revealed?
Oh.
I didn't make it up. They have so many good
no.
She does. It's okay.
That's as bad as the EriDan.
So what went wrong in her life to make her interested in the Kardashians?
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, probably. In all honesty, yes. She's like obsessed with him. He's coming to Slippery Rock, and my best friend is going to go see him, and they both love him equally. And so I was trying to find out if I could get stuff for her to be able to go as well, but we're not sure yet. But that's probably why. You're right. Yep, me too.
Pretty much.
Me too, Dan.
Yep.
I didn't even know she was watching the Kardashians.
Yeah. That's it.
I just wish I could remember what I was watching because I was so excited that I watched it.
I've never understood, reality TV, competition reality TV is one thing,
Right.
Whether it's, The Amazing Race or Survivor or something like that. Reality TV that's just, we're going to follow these famous people around and watch how interesting their lives are. I've never understood.
Me either.
We were watching at my in-laws' house the other day. My mother-in-law had on Crikey, it's the Irwins. The Irwins family.
Yes.
Right on.
Cheese.
Yeah.
So
it's cute. It's harmless.
It is, but it was boring. It was so scripted. I was like,
and I used to love them too. And so I just was really disappointed. I was like, oh, but I like them.
You only need to, it's one of those shows that you only need to see one episode. And then you're like, oh, this is nice. But don't record it. Don't plan on ever going back to it regularly because it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, okay. We get it. You understand.
Like animals.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
They drive 10 hours and Emu gets kicked by another one. That's it. Like there's kangaroos.
Nice. There it is. We missed our dad. There we are.
That was last week's episode.
And next week's.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm trying to remember what we've been watching.
I've just been watching Dexter, and now it's over. And then my dad tried to start watching it with me, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Does it have enough helicopters for your dad's interest?
No, but he watched the finale with me the other day, and then he watched the original finale with me right afterwards at like 2 a.m. And so today he was like, "Can you like restart this season so I know what happened the other day?" And like, I feel like we're gonna get through the whole thing.
Was that an impression of your dad? Is that what you just did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Master impressionist.
Book of Boba Fett. I did start.
Same, Adam. Agreed.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna power through it when it's all done.
Same.
And that might be the best way to do it because I again had no idea what was happening. So
Yeah.
I just watch it because Wade's like, "Oh, let's watch this." Okay. I'm sitting.
And that's your impression of Wade. Okay.
2 Wade impressions.
Wow.
That's how he is. He looks at me and he's like, "Hey, we should do this. Your mom's hitting on me.
Quotes
We
revolve
should."
around TV, apparently.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was interesting watching League of Their Own because Ira, I was watching him going, where do I know him from? Then I realized it was The Expanse.
Well, where do I know him from? Because it's not from The Expanse.
He's doing a bunch of stuff. Let's see.
Let's pull him back up.
In your dreams.
Wow.
Maybe not.
It is kind of weird. Like Eric has the voice of God.
Sorry, I'm the disembodied
Yeah.
voice.
You know.
Eric.
I would highly recommend not tearing your hamstring, but the
How
muscle
did this
relaxers are
happen?
really something.
Yeah.
Is this a wedding related injury?
Yeah, it was I was at a wedding. The wedding was over.
You weren't trying to catch the garter, were you?
No, wedding was over. I was going to tear down and I slipped on some water. That's the entire boring story outside of the excruciating pain. But
oh my God.
Did you completely tear it?
It's not removed. It's not. There was no pop, is what I keep hearing. Was there a pop? No, there was no pop. But
That's called a soda in this part of the country.
Exactly. In order to determine the extent of the damage, they would have to do an MRI, and as long as it starts healing on its own, I won't have to get an MRI. So far we have made improvements. We're just not where we want to be quite yet.
And when did you do this?
This was Saturday night around 10:35.
He like knows everything.
All right.
48 hours and it hasn't healed yet.
And then at the ER until 3:30 in the morning.
I cannot believe they didn't do an MRI right then and there.
No, they don't. They don't
They don't do that.
They don't do
Which
that.
hospital were you at?
Swickley Hospital.
Yeah.
They only have one doctor on staff, which is why it took 2.5 hours to get seen.
That's not bad, actually.
So yeah, it was. But then it was like, oh no, you're fine. Here, put a patch. Give you a patch and a couple of muscle relaxers, and send you on your way.
Muscle relaxers. Those are the best.
What they give
I
you?
don't
Valium?
really go crazy on stuff, but man, save those if you can't sleep.
Oh, I've been sleeping. Don't you worry about that.
Oh my gosh, man, I like pinched a nerve in my back, which is like the most pain I've ever been in my entire life, and didn't sleep for 2 days. And they gave me those, and I was asleep like before I hit the couch. It was the best night of sleep I've ever had.
Wow.
I have a pinched nerve in my shoulder right now. It sucks.
Mm. Chiropractor.
Yeah.
See, my fear of going to a chiropractor is that I'm going to have to continue going to a chiropractor for the rest of my life.
That's been that I agree.
I love him. We are on a first name basis.
Yeah, and you'll be going to him forever.
Actually, I don't have to go back.
That's not true.
Weeks now, so it's good.
I went for a while, stopped going. It was fine.
It's easy.
And now he tore his hamstring.
Yeah,
it wasn't helping. It wasn't helping, but so.
Well, they don't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
there's another comment. Watch the Bob Epstein.
Oh yes, I started watching that.
Einstein.
Bob Einstein.
I said Epstein.
That's good too. Epstein, Einstein.
Bob Einstein's brother's Albert Einstein, also known as Albert Brooks.
Yep.
His dad was a comedian.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, he was Super Dave Osborne.
Yep.
Their dad. Wait. Start over. Bob Einstein.
Bob Einstein and his I forgot who his father was. Hold on a second. He grew up in Beverly Hills. So yeah, he was.
You can certainly understand why Albert changed his name.
So
Yeah.
Albert Brooks is Super Dave Osborne's kid?
No, brother.
Okay, I feel better.
But his real name was Albert Einstein, which is why he changed it to Brooks.
That's
Right.
hilarious.
And his dad's name was Harry Einstein, but he went by Harry Park. Also, he went by Park your carcass.
Park your carcass.
Park your carcass.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious. And so Super Dave Osborne is Albert Brooks' brother.
Yes.
It's a story.
Oh, yeah. The guy who was always on Letterman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
My God.
And was on the old Smothers Brothers shows. He was a writer, I think, on Smothers Brothers.
Yeah.
Had his own show for a while.
And
Super
now
Dave
Albert
had it.
is Nemo's dad. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And Albert
Yes.
Brooks is the baby of the family.
Yes.
Wow.
And Albert
Yeah.
Brooks has done some great movies.
Why you just
too.
blew Stacy's mind.
Yes. Lost in
My
America
God.
is hysterical.
But he was born in 1947 as Albert Lawrence Einstein. What are you, Albert Einstein? What are you, some sort of Einstein? As a
That's
matter
funny.
of fact.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes, I am.
Actually, I have here. I'd forgotten I had this. See if I can get on camera here. I'm not sure it'll show up.
A little closer.
Mm.
No, I'm not sure it's going to focus.
Oh, there it is.
Wishing you
And
an
Albert
Albert Brooks Christmas.
Yes, it's a single he did many years ago. You know, you're most of your Jews put out Christmas singles at some point or
Yes.
another. But it was a comedy album. he
Dave
put out.
or Dan, we need yours.
man.
There will be a comedy album or a Christmas album at some point.
Where's
You figure,
yours?
I mean, Barry Manilow's got one, Neil Diamond's got one, Barbara Streisand's got one.
Reagan
Because
said,
there's no money in Hanukkah albums. That's the problem.
Reagan said, "Where's your mixtape?"
Marty Funkhauser on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yep.
Park your carcass.
That's funny.
Yeah, speaking of Jeff Garland is off the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nuts. Because he said vagina.
Okay.
I think there were other things happening.
There was a
Or-
little more to
But
it than that.
regardless, there's women do that crap all the time. They have like hearts that they do before that. Okay, you can't be mad at somebody for really that.
Well,
makes me really mad.
I will say you can't be mad at them if they do it once and people overreact. If people react negatively and you continue to do it,
Right.
Yes,
That's where
I
he
do
kept
agree
that's
pushing.
where he
there.
went wrong.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
he grabbed the woman, was like, vagina, vagina, vagina. And you're not supposed to do that.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. But that was his running gag was like he would like get up and go, oh, my vagina. See, you're all laughing at that.
Let's
It was
just
just
keep
a-
saying
it
it.
was
Let's
just a
just
dumb
keep
joke.
it going.
The
YouTube
trouble
might
is-
flag it.
Cody,
No.
you
The
missed
trouble is
Vagina
he
Day though.
didn't stop. He couldn't stop himself, and
And I think he hated that show too.
eventually, I think he hated the show too. I agree with you.
Yeah, he was only working one day a week. They wrote him down to the point where they could get all of his scenes done.
But he got to act in his underwear.
Yeah,
It's Dan's dream.
I'm acting in my underwear right now.
See,
I have pants over them, but still.
It's true.
There's
We didn't
EriDan
have
underwear.
we did not have a clutch radio on Saturday because Rafi's house flooded.
Yeah.
His basement flooded.
Yeah, you will be able to get EriDan underwear that says "Kid Happens."
Oh, please? Please?
Did you do that while you were while we can't see what you're doing?
No, you can't see what I'm doing.
He's showcasing them.
I'm showcasing them now. You just have to use your imagination.
Eric, did you say you had new merchandise to show us?
Oh
No, not tonight. I was going to show that I had the dog. That's all I was showing off.
Oh, okay.
I had purchased the dog. Dan actually did purchase some stuff. Look at that exciting box.
Ooh, an unboxing.
Lisa's like, yes.
Goodness gracious.
All right, hold on.
On your heels. Here,
All right, so today the mailman showed up, and I was like, "What the hell? What are they delivering?" And it was actually a guy, so I can say mailman. I actually knew who it was. If it was a female, I would have said mail woman. No, I wouldn't have. The postal worker.
Mail person.
Mail carrier.
Mail person. Yeah.
My mail carrier came, and I was like, "What is that?" I mean, because I'm looking at the ring cam, like, I didn't order anything. Then Eric texts me, "Hey, did your EriDan merch show up?" I'm like, "Oh my god, yes, that's what that was." I think. So I got myself the hat. I got myself the black shirt, and I also got myself a red shirt.
Okay.
I got my son the red sweatshirt, which he's already downstairs, and I got my first ever Clutch Radio shirt.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I will say with the EriDan sweatshirt that I got, I thought that the letters were a little faded on the red. The white on the red is not as vibrant as maybe it is on the black.
It doesn't look too bad on the t-shirt.
Yeah, better on the t-shirt. Maybe it's a premium t-shirt. I also inadvertently in my order I got something I didn't order.
Oh,
I got somebody else's sweatshirt. So
I wish your camera was on.
I know. There's a tease for next week. I'll show you the random shirt I received from Spreadshirt.
Like it's not EriDan merch.
It's not. Let me see. It's a sweatshirt. Oh, geez. Okay. It's a sweatshirt that says Bear Mountain and has a. Goodness gracious!
Oh,
I
believe it's a skiing pirate. All right, I'm gonna have to let me.
He's gonna fix his camera and hurt his leg.
Do something here. That's terrible.
Can you take a picture and text it to Dan, and Dan can share it? I don't know. Like, there's got to be some magical way that this
That actually might be more work. I'm gonna turn on the world's worst camera, which is the camera that's in this. I just realized that I do have a camera in my Mac display. I think that I can turn on. Maybe. No, maybe not. Huh.
Let me ask this question, Eric. Are you ready for this? Let's see if I did. I saw what Reagan was thinking of doing.
What?
I googled Bear Mountain and Spreadshirt. Is that it?
No. I want to do Bear Mountain. Do a search for Bear Mountain. I don't know what else to search. Have you search for?
Mountain Bear.
We're Bear Mountain, established in 1959, is what it says here on the logo. Let me see if I can find it here.
Maybe it was a custom shirt.
Oh, it was definitely a custom shirt.
Bear Mountain, California.
Let me
Look at
see.
this guy.
Wow. He looks like a bear.
Nope, not seeing this.
Bear Mountain.
This might be as important as somebody looking for.
Boy, Ben Affleck really let himself go.
Let's see here. I might be on something here. No. All right, Dan, I'm going to send you a picture. Hold on.
All right, here comes the picture. I'll get it up in a second here.
I'm in such suspense.
I know.
I was expecting it to be BEAR Mountain, and I was like, "Oh gosh, what are you going to show us with a pirate and like skiing?"
BARE.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what she meant.
What did I say? Did I say bear like
BEAR? I'm like, oh, that's a
oh
bear.
yeah, I meant the other one.
I was expecting it to be about the animal, and so inappropriate.
No, sorry. Yeah.
Listen,
I
a
got
bear,
what you
a bear is very inappropriate. I hate looking at shaved bears because they freak me out.
That's why Winnie the Pooh wears a shirt.
Good.
Dan, I sent you something.
All right, well, here it is. All right.
I don't think I need them.
Mike just fell over. Things are falling apart here.
Hi, buddy.
Oh man,
Is that
everything has fallen apart. Actually, I could probably bring it up faster.
I know. That's actually you could. What are we doing?
Oh, I can do this. Hold on. Let me see. Can I share that now? I don't know.
I can't get it because you did it as a live photo. I can't open it in preview.
Well, that's terrible. There you
There
are.
it is.
What?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, it's a
Oh, it's a skiing bear.
bear.
That's a
Is that a-
skiing bear.
Oh yeah, he's skiing.
Mhm.
Although it looks like he's got a smiley face as an armpit.
I don't see the bear. I see a pirate hat.
No, that's his ears.
That's
his
the bear's
ears.
ears.
And he's wearing a ski mask.
Stare at it long
Yeah,
enough.
he has like
Over his eyes.
goggles on, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the bear now.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah,
Is
there
he
it is.
wearing a jumper? Like a ski jumper?
He
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Totally wearing a sweater.
Wow.
That is not a good look.
I still don't see the bear's face at all.
That is
You
really
gotta
Oh,
stare
yeah.
at it. You gotta stare at
He
it enough.
doesn't have eyeballs. He
Little-
just has goggles.
Like
or
the
You gotta
goggles
look at
and
this
a
little
nose.
white. I don't know if
Is
you
that
can see my cursor.
1959 or 1989?
I think
I
it's
think it says
59.
50.
If you look at the little white ball right in the middle of what you're thinking is the face, imagine that is the nose, and then right below that is the mouth of the bear. And then you recognize that he's wearing goggles.
It's all right. He's not even there anymore.
Really not.
No,
good.
I'm here. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
really
feel
not.
like I'm
good.
having a stroke looking at this right now.
Yeah, it's really not
It's
good.
like a magic eye picture. Come on.
I mean, that's not like the worst thing you could have gotten.
No, it's,
I would have worn it.
Will it fit you?
no, it's not gonna fit me at all. It's a small.
Oh. See, Reagan will totally lose.
Yeah.
There you go,
I'll be-
Reagan. You can totally have
I'll
it.
be at the airport tomorrow. Just throw it
There you
over
go.
the window. We're good.
There you go. I'll put it in my mailbox. You can pick it up.
Meanwhile, he works in Beaver Falls.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but not this week.
Oh, true.
Airport
Nope,
it
this
is.
week. But yes,
Any reason for her to get to the airport? So
we'll get it to you eventually. On the sleeves, it says.
Oh, there's more design.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
gonna
a
have to
premium
contact them, let them
sweatshirt.
know. Because on the sleeves it says.
Adam's right.
Crap.
This is not my old show, Dead Air Live.
Rental
Literally,
technician.
Show about nothing.
It says rental technician on the sleeves.
Rectal?
Rental.
Oh, rental.
Yeah, for
Rental.
this for
There's a
like
bear
the
Yeah,
mountain
for
in
skis.
Canada that was founded at its ski lodge that was founded in 1959. That may be where it's from.
Right on.
And they're sitting there with an EriDan shirt going, what the hell is EriDan?
Hopefully they didn't get stuck with the tree of my soul.
It sounded like Eric got all his stuff, though. And just
They
got a
really
nice-
have no idea what's going on.
It has your name on it. It says by Denise. Oh
It
my
does. That was
Who said
that
I
was a
knew?
surprise touch that you can't tell until you get the merch.
God.
I'm so sad. I forgot to customize my shirt like I planned on doing. So I just ordered a shirt.
So you ordered at a full price, did not get the discount, and you forgot to customize it.
No, no, no.
You
I got
you
the discount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just didn't.
There's what I opened. There's my package I opened. It was very
Nice.
exciting.
That's so exciting looking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I actually have to go now because my mic has fallen and I can no longer get it to stay.
My mic is
Oh.
falling and I can't get up.
Everything's falling apart with you, Eric.
The things are bad here at the old ranch.
Adam wants to know if there's any update on a comedy show. Adam, there is not. There's nothing going on right now. I'm locked in my house. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, but are you going to be doing a clutchy? Are you doing the clutchies on Saturday?
We might do the clutches on Saturday.
Yes.
That's a tease.
Maybe.
You'll find out on Saturday. You
Maybe.
have to go like Clutch Radio Show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Go like that, and
You'll
you'll
find
get
out.
notified. Don't forget to ring the bell, as they say.
All right.
That's what I
kids.
say.
That
Who
is
are we watching next week?
Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Yes. Family entertainment for everybody. You're going
After
to
the
be so
Steeler game
confused.
Sunday night.
Yeah. Okay. Not when I have to get up at 3:00 for work on Mondays.
You're not going to watch a Steeler game?
No.
Yeah,
I
they
can't do anything else after the Steelers game.
I know. You can watch it beforehand. There's normally the game's at 1:00. You have all day now.
Isn't there still a game?
Yeah, but it's not a Steeler game.
Oh.
I'll make my prediction here on the
There's
air.
a playoff game on Monday night. I hate it. I hate
I
it.
know.
Yes, there is. Yep.
I'm making my prediction right now.
Okay.
Steelers by 7.
Ooh.
They're going
I
to
thought
win
your
this
prediction
one.
was the Seahawks would not make the playoffs, but that already came true.
I predicted that 3 weeks ago. As soon as they were eliminated.
Well, we should let Eric get back to his repair job here.
I'm doing my best.
You hear him in the distant background.
He's like, wait, you guys are still there?
I know you guys are crazy. All right. There, kind of back up. We'll take that.
Adam says Chiefs by 17. Adam, they already killed them. It's really hard to beat the Steelers twice in 1 year.
That's
No matter
true.
what, no matter how the Steelers are.
I given it's going to be in KC,
They beat him in
Much as I
KC
want
before.
The Steelers to win. I think Adam's right.
All right, Adam, I'll make it interesting.
You should give him your spots on the wheel if you're wrong.
All right.
Gamble with the spots on the wheel.
There you go.
You should gamble with your current spots on the wheel.
I agree. Big Ben is
Yes.
done, but he's going to end on top, just like Peyton Manning did.
So if the Steelers win, Dan gets Adam's spots.
Yep.
If the Chiefs win,
a washed up Ben is still better than Baker Mayfield. Is the sad part.
That's true.
I like this because now there's something on the line that we can all enjoy. The
Adam, just say that you agree to that. I agree to that myself. I will give. If the Steelers lose, you can have all my spots.
You don't have to worry about the spread. You don't have to worry about predicting the score.
No, win or lose, no spread.
Chiefs.
I want what you're smoking.
So he sounds pretty confident. Sure, he said.
Okay.
All right, Adam could end up with 4 spots on the wheels next week.
4-0.
Or 0.
Or 0, which would be very sad.
Wouldn't it be 6 spots on the wheel? Because they're getting some again.
True, he'll get his extra spot on the wheel, plus he'll get Dan's 3 spots from next week. There you go.
So
He's going to put on something somewhere in time. He's going to put on the wheel, right? Oh no, we already watched that. Oh,
Somewhere in time 2.
Well, if we take a nap with a penny, we'll go back. So then we haven't watched it yet.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
The nap with a penny. I like that.
that's what he
That's-
did.
you just summed
If
up the
that was
whole
a
movie.
reference, I didn't get it.
That's another
That's
t-shirt.
okay.
Take a nap with a penny.
There you go.
A guy takes a nap with a penny. All right.
Wakes
Do
up.
we have an outro, Eric?
Of course we have an outro. I just
I don't
can't
remember the outro to this.
It wasn't that exciting, but that's all right. We'll play it anyways.
Oh, that's
All right, everybody have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Boys, see you next week.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.